What's up, guys? I am on my way now to my Toastmasters class, and for those of you that don't know what that is, it's actually a public speaking class that I take every other week, every Wednesday. A class that I'm taking to push me out of my comfort zone, to really get me comfortable on stage, because like with YouTube, with social media, like I'm so used to it already, and I do have confidence and I don't mind speaking in public. It's just that I am trying to be able to control my fear and organize my thought, so when I go on stage I don't forget what I am about to say, because like sometimes I already know everything in my head, and once I go on stage I freaking like black out. Like, it's so weird. I don't know if that happened to you guys, if that does happen to you guys, or if you have any like stories. I have some stories. If you have some stories about public speaking, make sure you leave them in the comment sections below, or if you have any tips on how to overcome it, because like, for example, like my grandma, she's so good at it. Like, she says she's not afraid of speaking in public, that you know, she's able to do it, and I'm like, how do you do it? Like, give me some tips. I need to know. Like, I want to be able to control my fear, because it's all about the fear, and be able to breathe. You also have to speak slow and not really rush when you speak, because that also gets you like very, like, you don't know what you're doing. The cool thing about this class is that, and don't mind my windshield wipers because it's raining outside, and I don't know why they're making this sound. It's so weird. But okay, so basically this class is also really fun, because it also pushes yourself to, when you do public speaking, like, you're not supposed to say or like, you know, or like but, or like so many so's. And you don't really realize how many buts and so's and you know do you say, how many clutch words you say, until you actually speak and then someone else tells you how many buts and you knows and so's you say. So basically the way that it works is, you go, if you have a prepared speech, you go and do your speech, and you have an evaluator. They evaluate your speech, and they also tell you like how many clutch words you say, and they also give you feedback on like posture and all the things that they look at, just to make sure for the next speech you do it better. And that's the whole point. They also can record you, and you can also look back to that speech and see your errors. After the prepared speech, they do table topics. And what table topics is basically, you do, I was about to turn off the light because I'm so used to not having the light on. But what table topics is a very random subject. They ask you a random question. Basically, you volunteer if you want to go up on stage. They ask you a very random question, and you basically have 1 to 2 minutes to respond this question. It's not a hard question. It can be like really something super simple. Like, they ask you, they have obviously somebody that has this prepare like the question, so it really can be like, what would you do if you win the lottery, for example? That would be one question. Or like, for example, like, there was this woman, she had pennies in like a little cup, and basically you'll grab a penny, and depending on the year of the penny, you will tell something that happened to you that year, or like something that you remember, or like, what would you do if you, what were you doing during that year? So that was pretty cool. It's a little hard, because sometimes for you to remember what you were doing in like 1992, like I was born, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Basically, that's the whole point. Every time that you come, you try to do better and better and better, and that's what I've been doing for the past year. I'm not gonna say I'm very committed to it, because I have so many things going on that sometimes come up, and usually I'm not able to make it, but I've been trying to be committed to it, and it really has helped me a lot. And to see other people speak also inspire you, and to see the people growth also inspire you, because I have seen like people that come in, and like, for example, there are some people that have like really that fear of their accent. Like, for example, me, I'm like, okay, I have an accent, like, are they gonna understand it? Would I get my thought process straight? And then do they get what I'm trying to say? Like, was that funny? Like, you know what I mean? Like, all these things. And like, to see people go up there with like accents and like be so natural and so confident. It kind of like makes you realize that accent is nothing. You know, you shouldn't be afraid of your accent. You should just speak, and everybody will get what you're trying to say. That's another thing that I love, because you really see the improvement. Everybody really supports each other, and you really have that teamwork. Pretty interesting class. I think it's something that you always have to work on. For public speaking is something that is gonna come very on handy in everything that you do in life. When you get a job, maybe for your job, like if you ever have to do a speech. Also, like for example, like if you have to do a speech for a wedding, or if you have to do a speech for, like, I don't know, like a Sweet 15, a party, if you need to thank people. Like, honestly, it gets you out of the comfort zone, and I feel like that's something that a lot of you should do at home and exercise, because I wasn't really outgoing a few years back. I was outgoing. One thing is being outgoing, and another thing is being able to speak in public and do the whole stage and all that. I have considered myself a very outgoing person. Like, I can talk to you, I can say hi to you, I can come up to you. Some things do embarrass me, which I think about, and I'm like, why? You know, like simple things like play around with someone, like do joke stuff. I don't know. It just embarrassed me sometimes. But like actual be on stage, it's a whole different level. Like, let me tell you, it's a whole different level. And that's what I'm trying to get better at. You know, I'm trying to make this really help me control my fear and really work hard as getting better at public speaking. So wish me luck tonight. Hopefully this wasn't boring. Hopefully this isn't boring for some of you, but this is something that I do on one of my days during the week. So I figured I'll take you guys along with me, and you can see some people getting up. Hopefully they have Icebreaker Speech, which is the speech that you do for the first time ever after you join Toastmasters. This is your prepared speech, and this is called the Icebreaker Speech, which is when you do your first speech ever. And hopefully there's one today, so you guys can see how the person does. I'm gonna record it and basically what the topics are. Let's keep it as that. I'll take you guys along with me, and I'll show you guys what the class is all about. Hope you guys find it interesting and inspiring, and let me know if you had an embarrassing moment ever. Stay tuned for the class. Hope you guys enjoy it, and hope you guys enjoy this time with me in the car and conversating. Let me know if you enjoyed it or not. But yeah, see you guys later on. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notifications bell. Share with your friends so we can grow this Bravo fam. Let the Toastmasters class begin.
We're going to move on to our next Icebreaker Speech, which is aptly titled The Icebreaker. So once again, starting a new educational journey, please welcome Jonathan Spires.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. Really am thankful, and I really am grateful to be here tonight around a whole bunch of superheroes. When I first heard about Toastmasters, I wasn't really sure what it was, but every time I come here, I learn something from you guys. Jess, your speech was great. I find there's a lot of freedom in that. I'm going to start talking about this icebreaker. How many people here have had an icebreaker speech? If I could get a show of hands. Okay. Were you guys nervous when you had your first speech?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I am nervous as hell. I'm not trying to curse, but nervous. But you know, I not to fall into a deluge of fears, because I don't believe fear exists. So we're going to just unpack that and put that to the side. When we think of ice, what's the first thing that you think of? Could someone describe what ice is to them?
Cold.
Cold. Ice is cold. And what else? Hard. Yeah.
Slippery.
Ice is slippery. Yes. Nice.
Oh my
Very
God.
nice. It is. Ice is. It's you get ice a lot of times when you find a deluge of water accumulated in a certain area, and then you have ice. Well, I used to live in New Jersey before I started working at the University of Penn. I was a landscaper, and people would call me, a lot of professionals, they would call me like, John, I can't get out my driveway. because I got all this ice in front. Could you just come out? It'd be like 4 o'clock in the morning. He'd be like, could you just come out and shovel it out for me and put some salt down? And I used to, my ego would really enjoy that, just being called. Oh yeah, sure, I'll be right there. And just feed my ego, with just always being there for people. But the thing is, ice prevented them from getting to work. And when I think of ice, I'm thinking a lot about what Jessica said in her speech, about the thoughts that we have in our mind. And ice, I would like to relate to negative thoughts from yourself, negative thoughts that you might hear from family members or coworkers or just people around you, and ice in related to memories, that bad memories, that sort of feeling of, I wish it didn't happen, I wish I didn't do that, or I wish that certain situation didn't go that way. And those things, like ice, if you spend too much time with them, they just prevent you from progressing, moving forward. You can't even enjoy or be in the presence of now if you're thinking about what happened last year in 2018. I can't even enjoy this time with my loved one, or this time with myself, or this time reading this book if I'm focused on the thoughts that someone said that don't serve me. And what I would like to do tonight is break that ice. Those things that you heard in yourself, those things that you told yourself that really aren't for you, don't listen to them. Let's break that tonight. Let's break those thoughts that other people have said that stick with you like glue. Like, damn, I wish I could stop thinking about that one thing that person said. Let's unpack that. Let's break that ice tonight.
Starting off your first speech with our chapter, thank you for coming, thank you for sharing that first speech with you, and hope for the next ones and many more to come. So thank you and welcome. Give another big round of applause. We're going to move on to our final prepared speech for the evening, which is 𝐂𝐋𝐀𝐒𝐒, who speaks 8.5 languages. Currently, he's working on 2 languages, Spanish and body language. I see what you did there. The speech focuses on body language and how to use it to become a better speaker. The title of 𝐂𝐋𝐀𝐒𝐒's speech is Body, Mind, Behavior, Outcome. Please give a warm welcome to Jay and welcome him to the stage.
Body, mind, behavior, outcome. When I was little, I heard about a parable about an elephant with a rope. And this is not modern day parable, it's an old parable. And so this is how it goes. A man sees a group of elephants tied to a rope. These are huge creatures, but they're bound by a simple rope. It's not a big chain, they're not in a cage, but they're not able to get out of it. So he wonders why. Why is that? So he looks at the trainer, walks over to him, and asks him, why is it that these animals are not getting away from here? Why are they not running away? So the trainer explains, when these elephants were young, we put them in a rope. At that time, they are not strong enough to get out of it. And then, in their mind, they could never get out of it. So even as they grow older, that's their thinking. And so this prevents them from going forward. When I was a kid, I was in Scouts, and I was a part of the Elephant Patrol. So in a way, I'm an elephant. And it's possible that I'm holding by myself back by certain ropes. Not just me. Let's put this way: we all, when we looked at the theme of that is happening today, the various talks that happen, we all are trying to limit ourselves in a certain way or the other, right? Nobody's perfect, but we are constantly looking for perfection. One of the reasons that we are here is the common things that is seen for all the Toastmasters is that we are all looking for change. When you're sad, our body shrinks in a way. When you're feeling confident, you're powerful. Your body shows in that way. Recently, there have been studies done by social scientists where they talk about, we do know that your mind influences the body, but can you use your body to influence your mind? And there have been several studies that have been done. And 𝐂𝐋𝐀𝐒 is one of the experts on this. And what it suggests is you can use your body to influence your mind, and then your behavior and your outcome. In order to prepare for this talk, what do? I've got 2 huge mirrors in my bedroom. I've got an amazing bed. No, what do you guys say? What am I doing? No, it's not what you think. So when I get up in the morning, I look at myself in the mirror. I tell myself, I am an amazing speaker. I've got it. I am. Anybody in here who wants to become an amazing speaker, stand up, please. Okay. Amazing speaker. I've got it. I am. Have a seat, guys. So this is an exercise I started 2 weeks ago to prepare myself for this. Thank you.
What we do from day to day is not prepared. You don't go into a sales meeting, well, maybe some people might. They know they're speaking that day, but if the boss calls on you suddenly, or your friend, you're out to dinner and someone just asks you a question, most of the speaking we do is impromptu, which is the spirit of our next segment, which is, well, impromptu speaking. And to lead us in that, we have a table topics master, our own Lisa Phillips. So, give her a nice
So I'm going to ask for volunteers, and then you're going to get to choose a number from 1 to 14, and I will read you a question. And I see Charles right away raised his hand, so you're number 1. So what number would you like?
I was born on January 6th, so I'll choose 6.
Oh, 3 days after I was.
Okay.
Well, a few years after, too, probably. Yep, Capricorn.
Excellent.
All right, this is kind of an easy one, I think.
Okay.
What in your life has made you proud?
There's a lot of talk today about the value of a college degree. Is it overpriced? Is it worth it? What's your major? What are you going to do with it? When I initially entered college, it was just something that my family was just the standard to do. You graduated high school, you went to college. I have 2 older sisters. They both went to college. I was up next. What else was I going to do? I applied to many schools, around 5 or 6, and I got into a few of them. I ultimately chose Temple University. When there, I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but my next door neighbor was a dentist, and he had a BMW M3, granite countertops, and a good-looking wife. So I was going to be a dentist. I chose a degree in biology, ultimately got weeded out after the 2nd semester. It was tough, and there was a lot of kids that were willing to put in more effort than I. I pivoted into neuroscience, and I really found a passion for the brain, and it really blew my mind when I realized the plasticity of the brain and the ability for your brain to adapt. I ended up choosing the major, graduating in 2016, ultimately not deciding to be a dentist as it wasn't my calling. Answer the question, what was the exact question again? I got some. Oh yeah. At the time when I graduated, it wasn't a really big deal in any sense, but my parents were very proud, and as I look backwards, I'm proud of the accomplishment, and I think it is of value. Thank you.
What is something about yourself that most people would find surprising?
Something that most people would find surprising
was that I had an interest in acting. Now, it doesn't show very much now, but I used to be very animated in high school and wanting to be in plays and wanting to be in musicals. I can even sing, but I'm not going to delude you with that right now. I tried out for all years of Shakespeare troupe in high school. I was Desdemona's maid in Othello. I got to just say the best word ever: pernicious soul. that was just probably one of my proudest moments. Then I moved on to music. Then I moved on to the plays in my high school. My best role was I got to be a supporting role in my senior year of high school for a play called The Man Who Came to Dinner, which involved a bunch of people inviting a man to come to dinner, and hijinks ensue. Then, in my senior year of high school, when 42nd Street came, you know what I did? I didn't even audition. Because the year before that was Anything Goes, and it involved tap dancing, and I wanted nothing to do with that. Then I decided to move on to other fields, but the most amazing thing about this experience is that I get to transition my theater skills into public speaking, and that's something that I'm very proud of, and that's something that I want to indulge with you. So, something that you don't know about me, I used to do theater.
What is the one activity or interest that you turn to when you have free time? And why this particular one?
I'm one of four. I have an older brother, a younger brother, and a younger sister. Of all of my siblings, I am the only one that could not care less about football. Don't care about it. Do not have 1 ounce in me that even knows, I played it, so I know it, I understand it, I just don't care. So that's what a lot of my family really gets off on, really enjoys their time together. The one thing my dad and I have in common is billiards. Actually, all the reasons I can't go to a post toast anymore is because I have a billiards team that I shoot with after this every Wednesday. I know, thank you. I love this game so much because it gives me an opportunity to really just block out and put everything else aside, not have to think about anything except the challenges in front of me. A lot of people like it because it's a lot like chess, and alright, it can be when you're playing somebody of a certain caliber, but it's so much more than chess because the pieces, they don't stay stagnant, they move around, and you can really change the entire board with one terrible shot. I like this game so much. People laugh at me when I tell them this, but as soon as you walk into my house, right through my front door, I put a pool table there. Wow. I needed to. It is what I love to come home to every single day. Now, all my roommates, all of us shoot pool now. It is one of the most relaxing things to be able to come home to and not have to worry about anything else that's going on, crack a beer, shoot a few games, and call it a night. So pool is one of the most relaxing things that I have found for myself.
I might not have been able to do the music all the way. Kamila, sorry, Kamila. Okay. Can you pick a number for me? Number 10. Oh, I gave you a tough one. Okay. Well, let me read it, and you are welcome. Since you are our last one, you have other choices here. So let me read it to you. You might actually like this one. What is the most uncomfortable thing you've done in the last year? How did you feel about doing it? And would this thing still make you uncomfortable today? Okay, that's the thing.
Thank you. Hello, guys. Hi. Definitely my icebreaker speech was the most uncomfortable thing I have ever done, because not only got me out of my comfort zone, which is speaking in front of people, like live, but it taught me so much, and it keeps pushing me to do more, to come back and keep learning and get inspired by all of you guys. And it was so funny because I am doing a vlog now for my channel, and as I was coming here and telling my audience that, you know, about Toastmasters, and hopefully people get inspired and also go out there and come to the class or join other groups around the states. I was telling them also how inspired I was, and now when I come here, I see that a lot of you, like you said, you got inspired by somebody else's speech, so you kind of like, wow, like not only was I inspired, but a lot of people are getting inspired by seeing others come up here and really get out of their comfort zone. So I think we should all battle our fears and not think because you can't do it, that means you can't do it at all. I just feel like you just have to work at it and to get better over time. So that's basically what I think the most frightful thing I have ever done in this year, my icebreaker speech.
Thank you, Kamila, and I just want to say to you, Kamila, that you looked a lot more comfortable tonight.
Frank, I didn't hear anything. Congratulations on that. Lena, I heard 2 so's. Kamila, I heard two ums and 1 ah.
Spencer Huff, who was our grammarian for tonight.
Frank 151, Lena 138, and Kamila 123.
So they say that Toastmasters begins with a single speech, no matter how long or, in this case, short. So I just want to invite you, thank you for coming out tonight. I'm going to pass around the mic and just say, introduce yourself, say your name, and what brought you out tonight.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name's Mark, and what brought me out was that I wanted to get over the fear of the nervousness that I have when I'm standing up in front of people. And I took a construction management, project management class at Temple about a couple months ago, back in like April. And we had a group project, and we had to do like a PowerPoint, and I got up there in front of everybody, and I kept looking at the board, and everybody in my team kept telling me to turn around and look at everybody. And I kept shaking my head like, no, I'm not doing that. And he was like, yo, you gotta turn around and talk to everybody. And one of the guys came in and just like, you know, like the guy over there said, he just took over, and I was like, yes, this is all, like everything. Then I was like, you know, I didn't like that. I didn't like how I didn't handle the situation too well. So, you know, I wanted to get better at that, and I think this is a good environment to actually be in, to do something like that, you know. So I hope that the next meeting will be something like that.
My name's James, and for the reason I'm here, it was actually my boss who recommended that I come and see what one of the meetings was like. So I work in marketing for an engineering software firm in the city, and I've been, you know, starting to move up a bit more into a leadership role. So, you know, especially over this past year, which has been really exciting. So I think, you know, kind of coinciding with that kind of movement upward, you know, I'm hoping to be able to hone my public speaking skills more, and, you know, just kind of be able to exude more of that confidence.
All right. Good evening. My name is Jeremy. I've heard about this through Vero from a coalition meeting a couple weeks ago. I guess like everyone here, I want to work on my public speaking. Yeah, and I currently go to Temple, grad student for Masters in Public Policy, and there was a presentation we had, or a couple, and I guess it just was more a wake-up call to continue working on it. I tend to try and memorize, and that throws me off, and just finding different ways to put myself out there. So this is one of them, by showing up and speaking.
All right, guys, I just got out of Toastmasters. We actually went for, every time after Toastmasters, after the class is over, they go on, they have like a social night, and you get to eat, you get to have like cocktails or whatever for a few hours, talk, socialize. So I was actually just doing that with them. I had some fish tacos, they were so bomb. I am bringing some to Brian with me, because I know he's gonna be hungry and he's gonna appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this very different kind of video, just showing you what I do during my days. This is part of what I do. Hope that you get inspired in whether it's public speaking, or maybe is dancing, or maybe is, I don't know, like challenge yourself to do something out of your comfort zone, and you'll see how liberated you feel after you do so. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give a thumbs up, comment below, don't forget to share with your friends so we grow the Bravo fam, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.